You ever see that Clint Eastwood movie? Best music ever. It's called Inseguimiento. Look that up. All right. See the sombrero? That's the kind of hat that Clint wears in that movie. Anyway, I'm at Hillary's house. Hi, Hillary. We're up here in Sacramento, where they used to grow tomatoes. Now they don't so much anymore. Now there's just a bunch of people living here in paradise. But it's the city of trees. There's deep soil. This place used to get flooded every single year back in the day. And it would turn into what amounted to like an inland sea when all of the rain and snow melt would come off the Sierra. Now all that water is controlled, and we drink most of it and use some of it for rice and farming and stuff like that. But the reason I'm here today at Hillary's house is because she has a mystery. Tell me about your mystery, Hillary.
Our palm fronds keep falling down.
Yeah.
They just disappear. We'll wake up and there's green palm fronds that are just on the ground. And we don't know why. And then the yellow ones are fine, and they stay on the tree.
All right. I may have super zoomed you, and I apologize for that because I'm a terrible camera person. So,
Okay.
Hey, how are you?
Famous.
Well, now you're famous.
Hey.
What's your name?
I'm Amy.
That's Amy. Amy is also the proud owner of this canary palm with this mystery. So tell me about the mystery, Amy.
Why do these healthy palms keep falling out the tree?
You need to watch this episode of my show and you'll find out. All right. So I have come up here to do a consultation, and we have figured out that undoubtedly there is a chewer. You've got yourself a chewer.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So it's one of two things. The fronds were getting chewed to the point where they lost their structural ability to hold themselves up, and then they came falling down. Now, what's happened is this is actually a tear from it falling down, but up here, these are the chew marks that and I didn't do it. I want you to know that I was not up here chewing it in the middle of the night.
We're a little hungry, you know.
Some people think I do weird things, and this is not one of them. I do a lot of weird things, but this is not one of them. So don't blame me for this. But I do the same thing sometimes, though. You guys ever? Amy, I got a question for you. You ever heard of heart of palm?
Yes, I like it.
It's good, huh?
Yeah.
Well, if you like it a lot, you can get a taller ladder, go up in your tree, and the very new fronds that are coming out of the tree, the squirrel could probably teach you, but the brand new ones coming out, you can chew on, and it's pretty much like heart of palm. As they emerge, they get a little tougher, and they're not nearly as delicious to chew on. So I think what's happening is we either have a rat, a squirrel, or both having a little party together. Maybe one taught the other how to do this. It's hard to say. But a squirrel or a rat is climbing up your tree, and they're attracted to this tree more because this tree is different than that tree in a really fundamental way. Guess how?
This is female, right?
Yeah, you got it.
I learned that on your channel.
You learned that on my channel. All right. So this is a female. What does that mean?
It has dates. It has dessert too.
Yeah, it has dessert. I love it. I never could have thought of it that way. So so this tree has date seeds in it. That's it's a food source. Now, what's interesting here is there are no dates whatsoever to be seen, and that's part of the crime scene mystery. Why would you think that there's no seeds in the tree right now, Amy?
They ate them up too.
They ate all of them.
Oh my gosh.
See, it's like something's up there eating them. Otherwise, there'd be seeds up there, and there's none. So I think he's like, damn, I ate all the seeds. What am I going to eat now? So what does he eat after he runs out of seeds?
It's vegetables.
Yeah, he needs his vegetables, right? He's kind of, I think he's doing it in reverse. He's eating his dessert first.
I think so too.
Vegetables later.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, so we have this critter going up, and the obvious solution here is to get some sheet metal, about 3 feet of sheet metal right here. And then you basically go around the tree, overlap the sheet metal really tight, get as tight to the tree as possible. And then take some screws, maybe just like 1-inch screws. Just drill little holes through it, a little bit smaller than the screw. And just zap, 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 zap. And then screw into the palm about, just, with these 1-inch screws. They're just going to go in 1 inch. The reason I say 1 inch is the tree has an inner core in here. That's the live part. This is all outer dead skin, and you can go in it, and it doesn't matter. Once you start going into the live material of the tree that conducts all the water and all the nutrients, then bad things can happen. Fungus, you can introduce all kinds of problems in there, and you can slowly kill the tree. So this material is perfect. You haven't cut it back so far that you're into the heart of the tree. So you're going to do that. And then what you want to do is I would go and take some of this bark down to the store right here and have Home Depot color match that with some paint. And then paint the sheet metal the same color. That has been recently trimmed, so it's a little more orange.
Like a year ago.
Yeah, but you see here, ultimately, like a brand new deck, it's going to lose its color and ultimately become the same color that my hair is becoming. This beautiful, beautiful, dignified silver. Yeah, see, look, same as here, see? See how pretty that looks? Yeah, a little here if I don't shave. Anyway, so that's what you want. You want to get a coloration just like this here, because ultimately that's going to be the color of the tree, and then you're less likely, and you want to get a flat. You don't want shiny paint, you want flat paint, because then it won't be so obtrusive to the eye. Now, in addition to that, we need to completely isolate. Oh, we saw him.
Yeah.
He just went by. That's the little bastard. There he is. Where'd he go? He's gone.
This is Henry.
Henry. There he is. There's Henry. There he is. Henry! Henry! Stop eating the palm tree, Henry! Henry, what are you doing? Henry! Okay. Now, Henry's obviously a little bit acrobatic, right? He just demonstrated that. So here, he did that at a perfect time in the video. Is at the point of the video where I was going to tell you that having a metal impassable barrier might not be enough because Henry is so acrobatic. So what you need to do, this is going to be really difficult here actually, because you basically need to, that guy just jumped with no problem. You need to get it so he can't get in the tree anyway.
Yeah.
And the challenge here is that it's touching the roof over here. You need to figure out how far Henry can jump and cut the fronds back far enough where he can't jump. And our complication here is, here's the daddy tree, the male tree, and we just saw that he likes to go up there too. For whatever reason, he's not eating the fronds on that tree as much as this tree. Mm-hmm. I bet you it's Henry who's doing it.
It might be. We've known Henry. He's like a very unique squirrel. We've known him for a long time.
Okay, so he's probably not the kind of squirrel you want to trap and relocate.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh my God.
Put it in someone else's yard. Find a whole.
That was just a joke.
Find a whole field of female canary palms and be like, Henry, you're gonna love it here.
Here you go.
Yeah, this is your retirement community. Food, all the food you can eat.
How long will it take this tree to grow so far that we could cut this back and it won't?
Well, see, out here you're fine. Henry can't get it to it. It's only when you get near the house that's the problem. And so I don't know how far he could jump. Also, you have this issue. The other issue you have is, can Henry climb down here and just jump into that tree?
Yes, he's done it. We watch it because we sit on the porch and we watch it. It's like our afternoon show.
All right, then let me give you some news, some bad news. You have one of two choices, ladies, and those are A, relocate Henry. Or two, B would be to actually, B would be to just allow him a little palm salad occasionally. It's probably not going to hurt your tree. Now, theoretically, squirrels can move pathogens into trees because they're eating into live tissue. Okay? Anything eating into live, like if I went like down the street and I was super hungry and I started nibbling on, or maybe even more, like gorging on, fresh palm leaves and palm heart. And then I'm like, hell yeah, I want more. I'm gonna run down to your guys' house. And then I came down here and I started eating this one. And the first tree was infected in my teeth while I ran between trees to eat them. I would infect the other tree. So the good news here is that as far as I can see, there are no trees in the vicinity at all. And even if there were, the odds of them being infected would be low. However, they exist. So anyway, that's kind of like the choice you have to make. It's very easy to isolate a tree with the metal. But then when you have situations like this, it is a little bit challenging to isolate the trees.
Yeah, there is.
Especially with this situation. Here we have a frond. It's just a freeway.
Yeah.
It's a freeway connector ramp right there.
Yeah.
So even if you trim this up really high, I bet you anything, Henry could just launch off of it and land on the other one. So that's pretty much the story.
But the palm's healthy? It's
Totally healthy.
Oh, right.
Yeah, totally healthy. I think so he's just chewing. He's probably chewing them when they're brand new. And then when they kind of come out, that's when they fall because they're vertical.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take much. I know, my hands are dirty. They're vertical. They're vertical. My hands are always dirty in my videos. Shows that I do real work. Right. So the fronds are vertical. It doesn't take much to hold them up, but if they choose on them, no big deal. But once they go like this, that's when they have lateral load on them, and that's when they collapse. That's why they're collapsing at the point. That's where these were kind of hanging out that way. They collapse. But I think when they're brand new, they're really tender. So I think that's where he's developing his habit.
Notice, like, if you go across the street and look at the house, on this side you can see there's like the new growth shooting straight up, and then there's kind of a gap in between this older with the yellow rings and the fruits.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look at the whole thing here. Let's look at the whole overall health of this tree from across the street. The good news is these canary palms produce so much foliage that you can miss a few fronds and not even know it. Looks pretty good. Those are beautiful trees, by the way. Yeah, well, I would say that if it becomes extremely problematic, that's when you make the hard decision to rehome Henry. Yeah. All right.
What type of trap would we need to use if we did that?
They're called live traps.
Live traps?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's one called the tomahawk.
Okay.
Look for the tomahawk live squirrel trap, and then that will be it. And
the squirrels are out at day, but sometimes like we'll hear, like something at night, and we'll look and we see like that ugly rat tail,
No, here's the thing. You should put the sheet metal up because the rat can't launch as far as the rat can crawl across things, but he can't jump.
Yeah, it's made. We saw one jump one time.
Really?
It was horrific. It was like we all screamed, but these have also grown a lot, so we cut them back before and the problem went away. But then, it's been almost a year, and so the palms are, the fronds are going down more. And then we saw one the other day. It was terrible. It was awful.
Yeah, no, the squirrels are charming and rats are not.
And they look basically the same except for the bushy tail, but it makes such a difference. Like
Yeah.
the tail matters a lot.
No, I'm a rat hater.
Yeah.
And I don't trap rats. Guess what I do to them?
Do I want to know?
Effing kill them whenever I can. So yeah, no, I have traps all over the place. So anyway, that's the story. Anything else you want to tell the world?
Canary palms provide a lot of wonderful shade, and they're really challenging plants, but they're totally worth it.
Yeah, all right. Woo hoo hoo hoo.